Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. In today's video, we will learn about the zero conditional and the first conditional. And the next videos, we will go over the other types that exist. So, the zero conditional is a grammatical structure used to talk about general threats, facts that always happen, or real and possible situations. It's often used to talk about scientific lists or to give instructions. The zero conditional consists of a sentence where we state a condition and its result. For example, if you don't study, you didn't pass the exam. This is a certain consequence. Don't expect to pass without studying. So, the structure of the zero conditional is if plus the present simple, comma, and then the present simple. We can also switch the order, but in the case, we don't need a comma. For example, I feel tired if I work a lot. We can also use when instead of if, and the meaning stays the same. Example, when water freezes, it turns into ice. Another example, if you go out, take your keys. If you pay attention, you will notice the result. It's not in present, but in the imperative. That's because when we use the zero conditional and give instructions, the result clause use the imperative form for more threat and a commanding tone. Another example, if the phone rings, answer it quickly. All of these examples are in the affirmative form. But if we want to make them negative, we just use done or doesn't, depending on the subject. For example, if we don't practice, we don't learn. She doesn't eat if she doesn't watch videos. We can also use the zero conditional with questions, and it's very easy. Do you listen to music if you feel sad? Or if you study all night, when do you sleep? The difference between the zero and the first conditional is that the first conditional is used to talk about a possible condition and a likely result. In other words, we talk about situation that will very likely become real in the future. The first conditional always has two clauses: the condition and the result. One of them must be in the present and the other in the future simple. The first conditional is used to talk about future plans. Example, if we save enough money, we will go to Brazil. If we want to travel, the condition is saving money. But if we don't, the trip cannot happen. We can also use it to express warning, promises, and possibilities. A warning, if you touch that, you will get hurt. A promise, if you help me, I will buy an ice cream. A possibility, if you go down the road, you'll have an accident. Just like in the zero conditional, we can also make a negative and questions and change the order of the sentence. Example, you will have an accident if you don't drive carefully. We will go to the park if I finish all my homework. An important note. In the first conditional, we can also use words like when, unless, as long as, soon as, once, provided, and until. And they go in the same position as if. Example, if you can use my car, as long as you drive carefully. Once you apologize, she will stop being mad at you. Unless you say sorry, she won't talk to you. Finally, we can also use modal verbs in the first conditional, like must, should, can, and could, instead of will in the result clause. Example, if I go to the beach, I must take my sunglasses. If I go to the beach, I should take my sunglasses. So that's all for today's lesson. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope it helped you understand the zero and the first conditionals. So goodbye.